All right, going back down. Hello. Hello, Disse. Tudo um pouco. Olá, amiga, tudo bem? Eu ótimo. Vai, vamos continuar. Yeah, está bem? American Pedro Rosa, hello, how are you? Welcome. We are cutting grass now. And desciendo un poco. Okay, get on it. We're gonna go under the trees, the difficult bit. Uh-huh. Yeah, but yeah. Okay. Some of them gets quite big because it's quite big. Then we try to get close to the root of the tree as possible, but this one is down, so I cannot go any further. The sting nettles will come up with see, like this. We'll go closest to the tree as possible, right there. Yeah, I got roughed up by that guy over there. Anyway, doesn't matter. He's still pretty. That's a holly tree. Yeah, he stings. You see right at the tip there, they sting. Look at them tips. Yeah, and across here. I can do that with the trimmer later on. Yeah, and here, sting nettles and brambles, they try to grow close to the tree. See? Yeah, it looks like the tree is their defense line. Come here. Here is too tight to come in. Not much growing in here. And yeah, that's a flower tree. That's a pear tree. Plum tree. Ah, look, we're gonna have loads. Look about production. Fruit, organic. And that's another pear tree. This pear tree this year, I'm gonna try to put a bag of soil up there and here. See if you see that can grow into roots. And then I'll cut the top, plant that top, and then, yeah. It didn't produce much, but this the area where we have production. That guy, I moved them from here. We got a concrete slab here. That guy was over here. That plum tree was in this area here. And we got another one. There they go. There's more. It's coming. I didn't prune it. I had to prune it, but I haven't. So, yeah, it'll be for next winter time. And you see those branches. If you want a tree to produce, you see those branches there, you bring them down. Yeah, you make them curve like this one over here. And then you have production. Don't let the branches go up. Bend them. You know? And the good time to bend them is when they actually producing fruit. Anyway, so yeah, we got a lot of done. Yeah, they come into the garden. When we deal with pots, that's exactly what you have. You remember my field I cut the other day? Now I'm gonna plant them. I'm gonna have to remove that fence out of there. That's not good. Anyway, some of them is not cut very low because I'm on a high because it was too high. In the next cut, you'll be nice and smooth. Anyway, right. You remember the blowing yesterday? I blew all the way from here. That's another apple tree. That's a plum tree. Another one. And that is a cooking apple tree. Anyway. Yeah. Later on, we'll come here and blow this. I don't want to let them pile up. And I need to take that out. That's for burning, not for compost. It takes too long to rotten. So anyway, right, we're gonna cut the other one because soon we have something going on here, and I need this grass to be cut. Anyway, I got something here, but I can't show you yet. You're gonna see. All right. We're gonna go that way, through there. All right. There we go. getting a little bit warm. Finally, starting to heat up. It was a little bit cold this morning. That's why I had the jacket on. And when I'm on a tractor, I don't heat up. Yeah, it doesn't warm me up when I'm riding the tractor, even if it's sunny. Sometimes in the summer, yes, but now at this time, we're not in summer yet. We're still in spring. Anyway, then we got down there. Well, maybe I'll move you guys down there now. Then we're gonna cut that side, cut everything, and then yeah, we'll move on to someone else. Later on in the evening, maybe I'll cut in front of the workshop. Which is that way. Here. We use the back to plant some vegetables. Anyway, I'll take you down. There we go. My fence is not good. I'm gonna move it. I'm gonna get rid of it and make something else. You'll see. Stay tuned for that. Yeah, we remember the Watank. It's intact. The walls are drying up. Soon we're gonna start working in here. Okay? Right. Now, when I come back, we're gonna go that way. Two passes here and then we'll go in. under the trees, like so. Right, now, like that, and we're gonna cut down here now, and then we go that way. I'm gonna damp it, and I'll be right back and start cutting. All right. got on there. People. No. Going that way. Are you using my blower? Alright. We're going that way next, but I need to shift that garage door. Alright, we got someone else behind here making noise also. There we go. Alright, we got down through that end. Alright, let's call the other guy to come here. Right, I'm gonna have to shift down my own. I think what time it is. I think he finished work. Oh, maybe I left my phone. I need to check the time. That's a big door, garage door, double garage door that I have shifted on my own. We've done it. Oh, he's exhausted. Now he got through that end. There is another job I need to go there to do in there. I've seen. Well, I don't know if you guys seen that tractor I made on the dumper. He dumped all that hardcore in there. That's a lot of hardcore. Then we're gonna select some bricks from there. I got another job coming, and then the rest I'm gonna crush them all, make a base, so then I can log some wood. And this door, double garage door, is gonna be the roof, and then I would have wood for fire underneath. And that's the hose pipe. You can see the at the end, maybe not. Anyway, right, we're gonna plow right through there. We had quite a big job here last year, me and my other helper. So now we're gonna cut all that grass in there. I'll put you far away here so you can see everything. Anyway, let's take 5 and then let's plow on. We got one blower back here. You seen the blower I got yesterday? My colleague is using. He's very happy with it. We can quickly make work so faster now. Take a quick break and then onwards and forwards. It's a lovely day today. It's getting warmer now. In the morning it wasn't so warm. Yeah. There we go. Under the shade of the trees there. I already seen one bird nest. Yeah. I'll show you later. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this grass is officially cut. Right, I've done a job here last year. As you can see, it's perfectly green. There we go. You still hear my friend blowing. I install a pipe here. Pipe is coming right there. Went all the way across here under the tractor, and then yeah, ladies and gentlemen, I got a big hole in the ground. Right. We got a big job here coming, but I can't promise you anything right now. Right, I need to make like a water slope all the way across there, all the way to the end. Some of the water gonna go that way, some of the water is gonna come this way, and then yeah, over here as well, all the way across there. I'm gonna make that and come into here. This is a big concrete slab. We got things in here. Me and my brothers, we done this. Two brothers. That's a massive concrete slab here. We did it. Yeah, we had barbecue as well. So yeah, maybe I can post a little bit of video for you so you can see it. All brothers in action. Anyway, so we're gonna go up to the workshop. Put you guys here. And you can see, cut under the trees, cut there, all this bit is cut. And now I need to cut up there close to the workshop. Yep. Anyway. That's it. We're here. Uh-huh. Hey, what a nice. It looks awesome. Now later on tonight, I'm gonna cut this one here. It's up to you guys if you wanna follow in, if you wanna see that happen. Anyway, so whew, we might be running out of battery. Anyway, oh, by the way, there we go. The new thing for the tractor. I got him. I think today I might be doing some work to this guy. Work with this guy, not to this. We don't have time for this. We got a lot of things going on right now. So, yeah. I might have to remove all of them woods out of there. Yeah. Because we need the space. And I need to get... This guy needs to go inside there every time, all the time. When he's not working, he's gonna go over there. And this guy, he can be parked in here in the evening, away from the other guy. Oh! And we got one blower missing. I think he's making some noise down there. Right. But I'm gonna save this blower. It's gonna stay put because I'm gonna see what he needs, and I'm gonna get it, and I'm gonna have this blower also operational, both of them. Then I can have two guys on the blower. In come winter time for the leaves, we'll have two guys on it, attacking from both ends. This is a good blower also. That's why I do. The guys that said, "Oh, we can scrap it." Nah, I'll take it. If he needs to go to scrap, I scrap it myself. Yeah, I am a scrapper. So you're gonna stay here, stay put, don't go anywhere. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I think we have accomplished quite a bit today. Here we go. And I need to clear everything out of there. Every single thing. Including the tractor gonna come out of there. If I can't do nothing to it, with it, I'll scrap it. But I'm sure there's a lot of things there I can use. I wanna use another something. And I might need it. Yeah. That's the Chevron tires for this guy. For the garden tractor, when everything is slippery, you can install the Chevron tires on it, and away it goes. Anyway, right, that's gonna be it for this one. Might be another live stream later, depending on what I'm doing. Okay, so yeah. Plenty clearance. Wowzers, look at that. Like a highway. Anyway, let's have our boy in there. Right, let's go and pay a visit to something, because last night was dark. It wasn't dark, but it was a little bit dark. Right, I think the next live stream is gonna be here. Huh? I got a bumblebee hive under there. We're gonna have to remove it. What's his name? This one, I'm gonna have to get rid of it. Maybe we're gonna smoke him out. And I got another one in there. Better don't stand too close before I get stung. This used to be where the tumble dryer, the air for the tumble dryer would come out of here. I didn't close that, and then someone decided to make a house in there. Well, as far as I know, he doesn't pay rent. They need to get out. Move out. Right, but this is it. I think the next live stream is gonna be here. I need to move these woods out of here. Alright, have this bit complete. And not now, but we're gonna carry on with this. We formatted a belly in there, but doesn't matter. Next time I'll probably much better so it doesn't make a belly. Right? So we're gonna take that and we're gonna take it all the way to the end. So last night I couldn't show better, it was a little bit dark, but today we got plenty light. Anyway, close this, maybe more towards winter time. Right, I'm gonna put that all the way across here, so our dogs don't go into the neighbor. Yeah. Right. See here. We made a hole down there, but I think we're gonna have to cover it up. And then we need to post that one down, and go all the way to that corner, and join, yeah, to this one maybe here. I think that's ours. Yeah, but we're not gonna touch that. We're not gonna touch that. We're gonna come to the corner and join them to this one. Yeah, that's this. We already got one there. Maybe I can get a fence like that. Yeah, make one post up over there, another post here, and bring the fence through there and across here. On the other side a little bit more. Maybe that post is in line, this post is in line with that one. So we're gonna go to there. So we're gonna dig a hole in there, and then dig another hole here for this, and then, yeah, do it. But not right now. When the time is right, you will see it. For now, we're good. Temporary, we're good. We got other things in our mind. So we'll leave this maybe winter project. Yeah. Come winter, October, November, that the plants are already going to sleep, we'll do it then. I don't know, maybe this bit we'll do it later on as well. I haven't put them in temporary. I got these little wires here, but then I'm gonna put permanent. Looks nice, isn't it? And then we might plant some ivy here. Yeah. Anyway, so. But I think definitely later on I need to move this out of here. Huh?
No coming?
Oh. No. Oh, you called me?
Yeah, water, no, this one.
All right, we're gonna have to get something. There.
Okay, I do next time.
Yeah, you can use them, or you can use this helmet. And they already got some there.
Okay.
Okay, it's up to you. Choose what you want. Or you can buy like this, 30 pounds, and then you can put music and walk with it, like I do. Huh?
I don't like music.
You don't like music? Okay. You're the first person I know who doesn't like music. Everybody else likes music. I can't live without it. Sorry. Sorry, but a little bit of music does help. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna end this one for right now. Right. We got something happen. It's a surprise. I'm the one to show you right now. But yes, we're gonna cut this one here maybe later on. Now I need to move to somewhere else. Oh, can you blow that grass away after? Huh?
Now finish today work.
Huh?
Now kitchen work.
You switch off? Okay, then I'll do it myself. Where's the blower?
Huh?
Where's the blower?
This work.
Okay. Right. Let me check how much battery I got. If I got enough battery, I'll go and blow that thing quickly. If not, then yeah. What is that tripod? Need to bring that tripod to put you guys on. Because I'm gonna see how much battery I got on the phone. If it's enough for me to go and blow that thing. 49%. I think we got enough battery for me to blow that. Hang on. You hold on right there. Right, we'll get the blower. We got the other blower.
Okay. Thank you.
Let's see. Okay. You got everything? You got the trowel?
Yeah, yeah.
Because you got a proper towel for that.
Yeah. Thank
You
you.
need that.
Thank you.
Okay.
Very much.
I told you, if you need something, you come to me, yeah?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, don't be shy.
Okay, okay.
Right, I want you to do a nice job.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, come, I got sponges here.
Okay.
I want you to do me a nice job.
Okay.
You got that?
Thank you.
And then you got that. Sounds spanking new.
Yeah, okay, thank you.
See?
You're a
You
nice.
come to me when you need something.
Okay, okay. Thank
All
you.
right.
Thank you.
Carry on, son.
Okay.
All right, let me get that blower top up. Well, you guys are charging. Right, this is the correct cluster?
Yeah, yeah. It is.
Okay. All right, nice. The rest when you finish, I'll put inside there so it stays dry.
Yeah. Thank you.
Everybody's on the road.
Yeah.
See? All right, folks, let's go and blow some grass. I cut them, but now it needs to be blown away. I asked my colleague, but he's done with working with gardening today. He's done quite a lot already. Well, you know how this goes. If you watched the live stream yesterday, you know how this goes. So I'll put you right here, and there you go. And then you can watch the fun. And that is it. Did you like it? I hope you did. So, Mr. Echo over here did all of that. It's a perfect month of grass. We got a Ferrari, true Ferrari over here. Okay, this is an apple tree, and I tried to get the grass out of his foot because the grass is acid. He will kill him. Yep. If you put grass, cut grass under the trees, gets a lot of acid, and then he kills it. Yep. I cut that one last year, and then we go. Nice little plummies. There we go. What do you see them? There they are, right under there. Yeah, they're coming. But this, they only, it'll be like September, October. They're ready to eat. Right, do we got any cooking apples? Cooking apple tree? Wow, look at that. They are coming. How many are we gonna get? I hope they'll survive through the bad winds. If they'll survive, we're gonna have a lot of cooking apples. Well, do you want to see making an apple pie? Yeah, I can make an apple pie, no problem. Yeah. This is, I think this is Golden Delicious apples, something like that. I think it's the next, almost like the Bramley. I think it's Bramley. Or Granny Smith. I think it's Granny Smith. Close to that family. Right. Here we have a pear tree. He's shooting to the sky ideally. Well, he's got pears at the top there. That's good. Ideally, I need to put something like some weight up there and make the weight bring them down slowly. They have to be bent. Down here is dying quite a little bit because everything is pointing towards the sky. So plum trees. Those branches over there, I need to bring them down too. Bend them. Put some weight on top, on the end of it, and let them come down. Because if they are down, look how much they can produce. Yeah. The weight of what's already on here is already bending the branch down. Might have to put a stick underneath so it doesn't break. That one too. Yeah, but this one is the culprit. He gets so heavy that it breaks. You wanna see? Look up there. Can you see that? It's broken. With the weight, it has broken. This year it's not gonna be that much. But last year, he was heavy. Anyway, we'll cut everything, then we'll come down here some point with the trimmer. We'll do another live stream, me around with the trimmer. How's that sound? Any good for you? Anyway, and their grass is, it's not perfect because it's grown too wild. Anyway, our live stream is gonna end because the battery's coming to, it's coming very slow. Here we go. Whew. Wow, we blow it from there all the way right to the end, all the way across. I couldn't go here and cut the grass. Now I can. The grass will grow. This is like a little slope because I put a lot of soil here. Got 10,000 liter water tank underground there, all the soil from there is all right under here, starting from there all the way here. There is a video of the dumper. The dumper fell on his side. That was in here. I think that was on, yeah, on this area here. You know the little dumper? Yeah, I had to jump off. Otherwise I would be under it. Wow. It's not a big dumper, but if I would be under, I'm sure I would never get out. Well, I would. I would get out into a box. So I jump out of it. And I let them drop. And then I pull them up. I pull them out straight with the digger. Well, I had a digger, so a 3-ton digger, pull them straight. Anyway, let's go. We're gonna end this live stream. That's the corporate to put my light on fire, and then at some point we're gonna get rid of them. Gonna log them all up. I got a logging, a wood splitter. Gonna chop them small and log them. Maybe I'll do that. I'll do that my day off. That'll be a nice fun for you guys. I need to clear this out of here anyway. Yeah. Oh. Someone I think there is a little bird nest in there. Blue tits. Blue tits got a bird nest in there. That's supposed to be a chicken kumi, but yeah, the birds is using more than the chickens. Yeah. Anyway. Okay. And then I'm gonna clear some of that. We're gonna throw a lot of scrap metal away. You want to see the kind of things I find in a garden when I'm digging? What is that plow for? That shovel? I don't know. I find a lot of stuff in the garden. Like that. What's that for? Find them in the garden. I got a foot. I find a foot. Right there. Someone lost a foot in the garden. Anyway, our blower is a massive help to us. Once again, guys, come on, let go. Let go. Old blower, new blower. This thing is like a Ferrari. Again, guys, you watched yesterday. I don't be bragging, but if you want a nice blower, get one of them. That's what you need. Okay? Search for that. And this Echo, and yeah, the petrol, and that's how this thing is made of. And that's the start. Put that ready to start, and then when I'm blowing constantly, just press that in, push that down, it stays, the throttle stays in, and then you can just grab it and manage it. Yeah. Anyway, so that's how this one works. This one, you put it like that for start, and then again the same thing. You push the throttle in, bring that thing down, and the throttle stays on as long as, yeah, it's almost like a car. You're always in 5th gear, and to bring it back, you just press that, and then, yeah, goes back to normal. Yeah. This is a good blower too. But this one is twice as better than that. That was already massive. This blower is already better than steel blowers, okay? Sorry guys, the ones I've seen, they're crap. This is better than steel, but this one is twice as better than that. So you have seen, I moved all that thing. It would have taken me a full day with the digger to push all that grass back. And with this guy, as you can see, yeah, we're gonna round everything up. Yesterday and today, 3 hours, I got everything back. And I saved a lot of money on the hire and then on the petrol. Yeah, I saved quite a lot of money. Well, we are saving a lot of money by having this thing here. That's the best thing happened to us, this guy here. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna leave this live stream and we're out. 2 hours, 17 minutes and 40 seconds. So we're done. Alright, thanks for coming, thanks for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next one, maybe later on. Pulling that thing of the concrete, put that fence back at least for now, and then later on we'll finish them up. Okay? We got a lot of projects coming, more important than one fence. So I'm just gonna tie them up, and then that's it for now. And later on we'll go back in there. Whatever time I'll go back there, I might use some of my spare time to fix them, because I already spent a lot of time with that. So, and we are always busy. So I might use my spare time to fix the fence. Anyway, so, ladies and gentlemen, that's it for now. We're gonna stop rambling, because we do rambling a lot. Sometimes I'm quiet, sometimes I like to, you know, there's things you guys might want to know. What's coming. Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's the end of the live stream. Thanks for watching. Thanks for your likings. Thanks for your support. I'll catch you in the next one. Okay? Cheerio. Hi, Patty. More. Que mais? Que mais? Luciane. Luciane não. Leodis. Muito obrigado. E então até a próxima live, tá bom? Ok, vá, tchau. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next live. Cheerio.